Is the country getting burned from the inside out? That seems to be the thought that's on the minds of one of the guys that sat in front of us for very many years, 28 of them to be exact, and told us about the news and the way that things were going. And I kind of feel like it's a big feeling that could be seen in a lot of other places. Before we go farther into it, I just want you to watch this. I think it's important.
Well, look at the time. I'll try to keep this brief. After 28 years of peacock
28
logos
years.
on much of what I own, it is my choice now to jump without a net into the great unknown, as I do for the first time in my 62 years. My biggest worry is for my country. The truth is, I'm not a liberal or a conservative. I'm an institutionalist. I believe in this place, and in my love of country, I yield to no one. But the darkness on the edge of town has spread to the main roads and highways and neighborhoods. It's now at the local bar and the bowling alley, at the school board and the grocery store. And it must be acknowledged and answered for. Grown men and women who swore an oath to our Constitution, elected by their constituents, possessing the kinds of college degrees I could only dream of, have decided to join the mob and become something they are not, while hoping we somehow forget who they were. They've decided to burn it all down with us inside. That should scare you to no end as much as it scares an aging volunteer fireman. To my coworkers, my love and thanks.
What? Did he just drop ultimate truth? I think he did.
And I say again, everyone I've worked with has made me better at what I do. To my family, love and thanks doesn't begin to cover it, but now I have the time to better express it. My friends know who they are. No one's been blessed with better friends. To the guests on this broadcast, as you heard the nice man say a few minutes ago, it's always been about you. Otherwise, I'd be staring into the camera for an hour, 5 nights a week, and nobody wants to see that. You are the 11th hour and will continue to be the 11th hour. This is where I thank you, however, for being so great, for explaining these last 5 years. As a proud New Jersey native, this is where I get to say regrets. I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. What a ride it's been. Where else? How else was a kid like me going to meet presidents and kings and the occasional rock star? These lovely testimonials that I can never truly repay make me hyper aware that it has been and remains a wonderful life. It's as if I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning in Bedford Falls. The reality is, though, I will wake up tomorrow in the America of the year 2021, a nation unrecognizable to those who came before us and fought to protect it, which is what you must do now. My colleagues will take it from here. I will probably find it impossible to be silent and stay away from you and lights and cameras after I experiment with relaxation and find out what I've missed and what's out there. Every weeknight for decades now, I've said some version of the same thing. Thank you for being here with us. Us, meaning the people who produce this broadcast for you. And you, well, without you, there's no us. I'll show myself out until we meet again. That is our broadcast for this Thursday night. Thank you for being here with us. And for all my colleagues at the networks of NBC News, good night.
What's going on? You got people resigning all over the place. People that have been on the news for years and years and years and years are just like, I give up. The country's being burned from the inside. What are we supposed to say to that? How are you supposed to take that? Because it seems like it's really, really happening. If you ask me, I mean, we're slowly but surely teetering in towards to being the next Australia. And I mean, it doesn't seem like it's ever going to stop. Brian Williams literally signed off for the last time on MSNBC or MSDNC, whatever you want to call it. And he said that the country is being burned the fuck down. Us inside of it. I mean, how clearer could anybody be about what's going on? It's 2021 and the country is completely unrecognizable from anything that we thought it was before. We're all the same people. Yet all it took was 4 years of Donald Trump, and then now this shit's happening? I mean, the pandemic, the lockdowns, the craziness, and now people are just giving up, taking a break, doing whatever. It almost seems kind of crazy, man. And it's like right on the back end of this other idiot saying some of the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life. Take a look.
I did Bob Dole's eulogy today. He asked me on his deathbed whether I would do his eulogy. We're friends. We disagreed, but we were friends. We used to have an awful lot of that relationship, and there still exists, except that the QAnon and the extreme elements of the Republican Party and what Donald Trump keeps sort of, seems to me, feeding the with the big lie, it makes it awful hard. And I think most Republicans, and there's an awful lot of Republicans in Congress, I think, would agree.
Did that motherfucker just blame everything on QAnon? Did this motherfucker just blame everything on QAnon? Is that what we're going to do now? We're going to blame QAnon for the low poll numbers and the big lie that may or may not have happened based on all of the overwhelming proof that's been pulled up, apparently? I mean, shit. How low can you go, Joe? How low can you go? I don't think you could go any lower as a presidential candidate. How could you blame this on QAnon? QAnon ain't even around anymore. That shit was put down, motherfucker. It's almost like you guys just brought it back because you needed something to attack that was faceless. And you seem to be blaming everything on QAnon, yet it's not just the Republicans that are angry, it's everyone. Mandates and lockdowns, that shit's un-American. Telling people what they have to do with their bodies and shit like that is supposed to be un-American, isn't it? I mean, I don't understand the country that we live in anymore, and I think everybody else is sitting in the same place. But it's super weird to see Brian Williams say, "Oh, well, I'm not on the either side. I'm an institutionalist. I believe in America." And you know, I'm the same way. I believe in America and I believe in humanity. And this year has been probably the most trying time for the belief in humanity that I could have ever seen, because we've seen some pretty ugly shit from our friends. We've noticed that there's a lot of people out there that just simply have major issues with who they are or how they feel about themselves and play it out in a bunch of really interesting ways. And at the same time, we got other people that are literally saying that they hope folks die because they got some fucking virus. This is not the America of yesteryear. Is this what it feels like to roll into the Depression or another Great Depression? I don't know. What I do know is that it's not the people that are at fault here. It's never been. And especially now, you know, if the greatest of us, the best newscasters, are just finally throwing in the towel and saying, I can't do this anymore. I mean, we can hate him all we want, but at least he decided to come out swinging on the very last end and said that, yeah, the country is getting burned from the inside out. They're trying to ban fossil fuels and all this other shit. This country doesn't seem like the same country it was just a year ago, does it? No, it doesn't. To some people out there, they're saying, oh, we're going to build this into something better. But I don't know. I think it's time that people started fighting, because it's really weird when you roll into different circles of people and you hear them saying the same things as the other group. And now everybody's starting to realize that this whole right-left paradigm isn't the thing that made the whole lot of sense in the first place, because it's literally us and them being the government that just seems to always want to increase the tension on the thumb screws. And why do we have to do that? I don't know. But what I do know is that this shit seems untenable, right? Because now there's even greater shit going on. Like Assange getting extradited to the United States. Now we're at the end of the republic, folks. Constitutional republic aside, It's not under Donald Trump that this guy's getting shooed over into the US. It's now under Biden. And we're going to watch the Biden administration, the Biden Justice Department. This is their last hope. Are they going to kill journalism in the fall? Because think about it. Who were the people that were going after him in the first place? Obama. And who was Biden to Obama? The VP? She's WikiLeaks. All of the family members, all the other people. This is the time where we question the people that are out there and the things that they're saying. Like this piece of shit. Calling Julian Assange not a victim. It's time to keep fighting because, we've always been fighting. But now we legit probably live in a dystopia. And there's no way that anybody could say anything else about it. This is. Welcome to dystopia. Where we live now. I don't know what to really do at this particular time other than integrate into the new cell phone apparatus and work my ass off just like the rest of you should. But we're going to have to definitely find time because the thought police are here and it's only going to get worse, folks. This is what we've been practicing for the entire time. But hopefully you learned something through all this whole time because now everything changes. And I hope you're ready for it. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share this with your friends. We'll see you on the next one. If they let us have a next one. Adios. Much love. Be excellent to each other. Remember, don't fall in the trap.